Yo, new comic book days tomorrow. So let's take a look at what's coming out so I can tell you what I'm getting. What's up guys, BJ Kicks here. I buy comics, I read them, and I review them all for your viewing pleasure. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. On this channel, I talk about comics. I do reviews. We got some overviews coming up soon, but this is the latest in a series I like to call What I'm Getting, where I tell you which single issues are on my pull list for the week, what's on the chopping block, what's on the maybe list, and what I'll be making a game day decision on. So I'm very excited because, I did some math wrong, but I'm very excited because there are quite a few books that are coming out this week that I've been waiting on, and also some that I probably need to drop. So anyway, let's get right into it, starting with the book that I am most excited for. And this week, that is, surprise, surprise, The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 8. Amazing Spider-Man written by Zeb Wells with art by John Romita Jr. I can't lie, John Romita Jr. has been kind of hit and miss on the art. Some issues I've liked a lot more than others, but the story has been really good, and the story has been keeping me in it. And the story is slowly ramping up. There were some things that happened with Mary Jane at the Hellfire Gala that are going to be followed up in issue 9. And then there was also a big revelation about something that Norman Osborn's got going on that happened in issue 7 that we should get direct follow-up on in issue 8, as you can see by the cover. I'm very intrigued to see what's going on, to see what Norman's got up his sleeve and how it's going to affect Peter. So for all those reasons, that's the book I'm going to be reading first when I pick up my stack tomorrow. Now, it's got a cover price of $3.99, and I'm just getting cover A. And that brings us to the rest of the Marvel Comics pull list, starting with AXE, Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Judgment Day, number 3. Now, I can't lie, I'm starting to slowly slip behind on this Judgment Day event because it's like every week there's 2 to 3 issues that tie into it. And I don't think I was ready for that. I still need to read Death to the Mutants from last week and also X-Men number 13. But you could probably just read the AXE Judgment Day issues. So I'm going to do that since I've read issue 2. But anyway, Avengers, X-Men, the Eternals. The Eternals view the X-Men as a deviation since they now have the power to resurrect, and they are coming to do something about it. The X-Men are kind of caught off guard and they're trying to fight back. Meanwhile, the Avengers are like, wait, these Eternals are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like, you can't just be exterminating mutants. And it's going to like draw some questions about where the Avengers alliances are, which is also cool. So great event. I don't know that I needed it, but I've been enjoying it. So Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Judgment Day, number 3, out this week with a cover price of $4.99. And I'm just grabbing cover A. Next up is a series that I'm probably not going to keep on the pull list, but I am getting this number 1. This is Damage Control number 1. And I can't even lie, I don't even know who the creative team on this is. I don't remember, but there's going to be a backup story in it by Charlotte McDuffie, who is Dwayne McDuffie's widow or spouse, McSpouse, I believe is what she likes to be called. And so I'm buying it really just off the strength of that. Damage Control was a book or a concept that was created by Dwayne McDuffie during his time at Marvel, even before the Milestone years. And so because I haven't read much Damage Control or any Damage Control, I'm not too sure if I want to jump into this series without reading his original first, but I do want to grab this issue since Charlotte's going to be writing in it. So that's why I'm picking it up. It's got a cover price of $4.99, as do most Marvel number 1s, and I'm grabbing cover A. And the last book on my Marvel Comics pull list, finally needs to leave, but whatever. Last book is Marauders number 5. Marauders I checked out on. I told you guys I was going to keep buying it to complete the first story arc, and that's not a lie. Number 5 is out tomorrow. Number 6 is out next month, and number 6 is a tie-in to the Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Judgment Day event. So even if I dropped it at issue 5, I'm gonna have to grab the tie-in anyway. But I'm gonna make a clean break with this series after issue 6. I don't necessarily need the Marauders in space. It's so far from what the original Jerry Duggan Marauders was doing. So yeah, I'm good on that. But issue 5's on my list and I'm buying it tomorrow for a cover price of $3.99. I'm getting cover A. So that's my Marvel Comics pull list. I thought I did some math wrong, but I didn't. So if I just stick to the list, my Marvel comics are going to cost me $18 this week. Let's move on to DC, where the first book on my pull list is Action Comics, issue 1046. Action Comics by Philip Kennedy Johnson. I'm not sure who's doing art. I think it's Riccardo Federici. Love the art in this series. Love the story. Story's going on a little long for me, but it's still a really good story. And this time we got a nice cover appearance by Steele. You know, all this talk about Black Superman, we talk about Val Zod, we talk about Calvin Ellis. Nobody brings up Steele. I mean, I like Steele. He's an original character. He wears the Superman shield and he looks dope doing it. So anyway, put some respect on my man Steele. He's going to get some shine in this issue and I'm excited about it. It's got a cover price of $4.99. I'm grabbing cover A. Next up, we got Action Comics. Now we've got Detective Comics, issue 1063. Detective Comics, this is a brand new restart as of 1062 with Ram V on the story. Sheesh, I don't remember who's doing the art. And then there's Backup Story by Cy Spurrier with art by Danny. Listen, I'm really enjoying this new Detective Comics. I don't typically do like horror books. This one's got a nice atmospheric horror vibe with a tinge of supernatural. It kind of remains to be seen how supernatural this is getting. Supernatural is kind of where I draw the line. I don't do like the demons and ghosts and stuff, but hey, we'll see. We'll see where the series lands. Like I said, issue 1 was very interesting. And the backup story, you guys know I don't do the backup stories, but the backup story featuring Jim Gordon was as good as or better than the A story. And that is not common. So I'm excited about this Detective Comics run all in all. And this could have been the book I was most excited for this week, but it's in second place. Cover price of $4.99. And I'm going to grab the cover A. And the last book on my DC Comics pull list this week is the final issue of a beloved run. This is Robin, issue 17. Robin, written by, almost said Philip Kennedy Johnson. It's Robin, written by Joshua Williamson. And honestly, I love his Damian. He's got a great, voice for Damian, a great understanding of the character. There's a lot of Damian Wayne character development in this series, with him striking out of Gotham, going to prove himself in this Lazarus tournament. And, there's been all sorts of revelations about Damian's bloodline and Ra's al Ghul. And there's just been a lot. He gave him a supporting cast. He's got Flatline. We've got some other people. I don't want to spoil this run, but I say all that to say, this is a very good run of Robin. If you had not been picking up the single issues, do yourself a favor, buy the hardcover, buy the trade. It's a must read if you're a Damian fan. It's definitely up there in top Damian Wayne stories. So grab that. Now it's got a cover price of $3.99, and I've been buying the cover A's for the whole series, so I'm going to buy cover A, but this cover B is pretty good. I might end up grabbing the cover B. I might end up double dipping. Speaking of double dipping, before we leave the DC Comics area, this week we are getting a facsimile edition of Detective Comics issue 27. I didn't include it in my total because I paid for it elsewhere, but I think the cover price on it is $5.99. So it's going to be a $6 facsimile issue, reprinting the first appearance of Batman for the first time in a very long time. I think they did like a Loot Crate exclusive a while back. But I need that. In fact, I need like 10 of them, but I'm only buying 3. But you should buy one. It's not in my total, but it's coming out this week and I want to make sure you know about it. So grab yourself one. But anyway, that was the last book on my DC Comics pull list. And my DC total is going to be $14 this week. Now, let's move on to the indies where, BJ Kicks, you got some reading to do. Gunslinger Spawn, issue 11. I'm only like one issue behind on Gunslinger. This is like the fun Spawn book that I thought the regular Spawn was going to be. And then I kind of just got bogged down in the Spawn mythos. And then the fact that the story had been told so much, but is not really going anywhere. I like that Gunslinger Spawn feels like he has his own arc, even though the book, I won't say it feels aimless, but it doesn't feel like necessary. It's just good old-fashioned comic book entertainment by Todd McFarlane and Brett Booth. I love this series, and it's only $2.99. So with the cover price of $2.99, why not buy it? I'm getting cover A. And the next book on my indie pull list is going to be from Image Comics, Radiant Black, issue number 17. Radiant Black, I got to catch up on. I was telling somebody, I think the last issue I read was issue 14. And I'm slowly catching up, but I need to get like all the way caught up so I can justify buying these books. If I don't get caught up soon, we just need to drop these titles to digital. And that's totally fine for me, and it's totally fine for my budget. So we'll see. I've got stacks of books. I need to have another Whatnot sale or something. I'm being suffocated in this room, and that's kind of crazy. But anyway, Radiant Black, I would tell you more about it if I was caught up, but unfortunately I'm not. So cover price on it is $3.99. I'm getting cover A. My bad, man. That was a Discord notification, and you should join the K Squad so that you can be a part of all these discussions that we have about comics, about culture, about sneakers. We talk about a lot of stuff, and it's fun. So join the Discord. Links in the description. The last book on my indie comics pull list and my pull list in general is, get ready for it, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Armageddon Game, Opening Moves, number 2. Yes, all of those words were in the title. But anyway, this is the summer event of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that sees Tom Waltz writing again. Now, I thought this event was going on separately or apart from the main IDW title, but it's not. So the main TMNT is tying in and crossing over with this. So you got to read this Armageddon Games Opening Moves number 1, 2. I think there are going to be 3 Opening Moves issues. I'm not sure. Am I ready for a TMNT event? Probably not. Should I wait for the hardcover? Probably. But if I did that, I'd be waiting like another year and a half. So no, I'm not going to wait. But I am going to grab this book. It's got a cover price of $5.99. I'm getting cover A. And that's it for the indies on my list. So if I stick to this list, my indie books are going to cost me $13 this week. Not a bad week. Not a bad week overall. You guys know I try to stay within a budget of $50, and I was successful. This week, my grand total is $45 before taxes and my 10% discount for being a subscriber. So, not a bad week budget-wise, but anytime I buy like 8 books, like I start to get like, I should probably buy less. I'm not going to read all these. So, we're in the process, and we're going to be revising this comic budget. I think 35. I think 35 should be a good limit. That would be 2 less books than I have right now. I could probably do that. We'll see. Stay tuned to see what my comic book budget gets updated to. And let me know what's on your comic book pull list in the comments down below. Like I said, if you want to talk comics with us all the time, then join the K Squad on Facebook and or Discord. You won't regret it. It'll work for you a lot better than my screensaver will. So definitely check that out. I'll see you in another video very soon. Till then, hope you saw something you liked in this one. If not, hey, that's cool. So you can always buy what you like. Just make sure you read what you buy. And be nice to others, because kindness makes the world go round. Peace.